Questions never stop. Answers are always demanded, and somewhere between the noise and the urgency, journalism is changing. For more than a century, journalism lived in physical spaces. Crowded newsrooms, printing presses, reporters rushing out of the door to chase a lead. But today, those spaces are changing. Across the United States, thousands of local newspapers have closed. Entire countries are now news deserts, no local newsroom, no reporter at City Hall, no one physically present to ask questions.
Sometimes you'd be working hard on a story and the phone would ring and your editor would tell you that there was news breaking and you needed to go out and cover it right away. So you would drop everything that you were doing, get in your car and go out to the scene where you would interview people and find out what was going on. Even though there was the start of the internet, nobody was really using it that much, and we said, well, who would ever want to walk around with a computer and read the news on a computer all the time? That was ridiculous.
For many veteran journalists, this loss is not just financial, it is human, it is physical. Journalism has not disappeared, it has moved online. News now travels through screens, stories are published instantly, anyone can post information.
The emergence of the digital space doesn't change the way we report the news, but it does change how we present and deliver it. It also creates more voices in your newsfeed. Now that can be a good thing if we're talking about competition from TV, radio stations, other newspapers, news organizations, but it also allows for much more misinformation, which creates more confusion on the part of the general public.
Online journalism offers speed and reach that print could never. But when advertising moved online, much of the revenue did not stay with newsrooms. Traditional offices shrank, reporters were laid off, in-person coverage declined.
So eventually advertising started to dry up and the budgets got tighter and people started getting laid off. And we had multiple rounds where you would get a phone call, or we would hear that it was coming, and then several people would get laid off all at once, or your coworker would be sitting at their desk and somebody would call and have them come downtown to the main office and they would lose their job, and it would be right away.
Online journalism demands immediacy. Updates within minutes, headlines optimized for clicks. But in-person reporting demands presence. Attending town meetings, sitting through court cases, knocking on doors. When reporting becomes remote, communities may be covered by journalists who have never stepped inside them. Public trust in media has declined. Some believe journalists are disconnected from the people they report on. At the same time, digital platforms allow journalists to interact directly with audiences through newsletters, podcasts, and social media.
Accuracy should never be sacrificed for speed. The standards remain the same no matter how quickly we may want to get news onto our website. We still have to trust the sourcing. Reporters aren't permitted to publish their own stories online. They still have to go through a rigorous editing process. What we found is even if you're not first to a story, oftentimes you may get more readers to your story if you can add context or additional reporting or depth that maybe is missing from the initial reports.
When local newspapers close, fewer reporters attend school board meetings, fewer investigate budgets, fewer ask difficult questions face to face. If journalism is measured by print circulation, it is declining. If it is measured by digital reach, it has never been larger.
Is the future of journalism digital? Absolutely. But so is the present, and it's been that way for a long time now.
Online journalism is not the end of journalism, but if in-person reporting disappears, something fundamental may be lost. Journalism has always been about showing up.